Welcome to Grubbin with CultMoo. On today's episode, I, Herr Pink, am trying out Cheetos mac and cheese. We have the Flaming Hot and the Bold and Cheesy.
You're bold and cheesy.
Yes, I've seen these around a lot. Very interested in how they taste because there's something, I'm going to say dusty about Cheeto flavor. That's just inherent in the flavor.
Just a little like the warehouse has been around for 40 years.
Yeah, and to apply that flavor to literally anything else, it starts to become more noticeable and detracts from the overall experience. But who knows? Maybe it's good. I do have my own ideas of what could make approximately a Cheetos mac and cheese. Maybe if we do an extension of this series, we would do something like that. It would be like a gourmet AF, I think. I'm going to go ahead and make these up real quick like. They just take 2 tablespoons of butter, 6 cups of water, 1/4 cup of milk. You cook it on your stove for 7 minutes, stir it occasionally, drain the pasta, and then you add your butters and your milks and mix it in, and then you're good to go. And here we are, our bounty of mac and cheese. So a couple things to go over first. The flavoring packets in these aren't tear by the side, they're tear vertically. Now, I don't know if you've ever poured powder out of a packet that you tear vertically, but it gets all bunched up in one of the top corners, you know what I mean? It's hard to pour out, you got the steam, it's terrible. It's a terrible design, you want to tear it horizontally. Second thing, the Flaming Hot noodles kind of fell apart in the cook. Now, I have had this happen before, not with this brand, but just noodles in general. Usually that means the noodles are kind of old. You can have that happen if you dramatically overcook them and overstir them. But I mean, I cooked these at the exact same time. Third thing, the flavoring packet doesn't stir in very well. In particular on the bold and cheesy. Maybe that's what makes it bold. It's bold enough not to stir in flavor correctly. But there's little nuggets of flavor crystals in there. Which, hey, maybe that's nice when you're eating it.
But cheese nuggets.
But for the visual, that's not exactly what you want. Of course, we have to have a palate cleanser between each batch, and even now.
Pinky up.
This is the Schutz Jubilee. It is a delicious tradition in the Northwest to enjoy you some Jubilee during the holiday season. You gotta try it. It tastes like Christmas in a bottle. On to the flavor test. Of course, we gotta try bold and cheesy first. I dropped a noodle. It's not excessively saucy or anything, just normal. I don't know if it's just the particular noodle they're using, but there's something extra umami coming out of this that I didn't quite expect. Maybe it's a salt level, but it feels, or it tastes, just a little bit more rich than I was expecting. I mean, they add butter, but that's normal for any of these. It is distinctly different than your classic craft dinner. It has a little bit of a Cheetos edge, I want to say. It doesn't have the normal dustiness that you come to expect. But it has more of a Monterey Jack thing going on, I want to say. Versus the Kraft, which has
nondescript cheese.
Yeah, it's more of a government cheese flavor. So what I'm trying to say is these actually taste pretty good. They taste a little bit better than your normal Kraft dinner. And it might have something to do with the noodles. These are obviously not macaroni noodles. They're more of the noodle you would get in a frozen mac. You know what I mean? I mean, it's reminiscent of Cheetos. It's not exactly Cheetos, but you wouldn't want exactly Cheetos. Let's cleanse our palates. Let's dive in to the Flamin' Hot. Yeah, the color is It's interesting.
It's red vines.
The thing is, it's a little bit more like pale, kind of. It's weird. It has sort of an iridescence to it that makes it not as appetizing as you would think. Like if it was just red, it'd be fine. But it's sort of like this weird opalescent, like magenta color. And this one smells a little bit more like the Cheeto. So, we'll try it. The spice is there. It's there in more force than fiery hot everything besides Cheetos tastes. You can actually tell that it just tastes like cayenne. Instead of, I don't know what Flamin' Hot Cheetos taste like. I don't know if you can... If they're natural flavors, they're like science flavors. They're delicious. I love Flamin' Hot Cheetos, but you can't like tell me that tastes like a certain pepper or cheese mix. You know what I mean? It's like test tube flavors, and they're delicious. But this I can get like distinctly, cayenne spice, and honestly, not a whole lot of cheesiness is happening in the Flamin' Hot. It's reminding me more like eating a spicy ramen. I just wish I had more of the cheesiness that the bold and cheesy has. If you applied some of this, that's what I want from mac and cheese, but I want this spice on top of it. So I think what you have to do is get a little bit of both worlds going on. Yeah, there we go. There's my recommendation. If you try these out, which I think you should, get one box of each, throw them all together. You'll have the best flavor mix. Now, individually, I would say the bold and cheese wins. It's a solid... Man, I would give it a solid 7, I think. Out of, boxed mac and cheese, what else is there, right? You get your, Anne's that you don't want to get because it says it's healthy, or Annie's, and then you got your, Kraft Dinner. And Kraft Dinner hits just right, you know when it hits just right. And this might hit a little bit better at that moment, I gotta tell you. Now, the Flamin' Hot, it just doesn't have quite enough cheesy flavor. It is nice to have that spice, though. I'll give this one a 6. Mix them together, you got yourself a 7.5. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty good. I'm pretty surprised. I expected these Cheetos things to taste like shit, or just like Kraft Dinner, and they don't. And they are both reminiscent of Cheetos, which is a pretty bold claim. If you've tried out either one of these, please let me know in the comments what you think of it. I'm very interested. If there are any other sort of products like this you'd like us to check out, please post that in a comment as well. And that has been Grubbin with CultMoo. Please like, share, and subscribe. You can also look at the Twitch. We all got one, although we all don't post that often. But we'll get to it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Join the Patreon.